Hey guys, welcome back to the business of art. Today we're going to talk about actually strategizing to get more art sales. And this can also apply to building your YouTube channel or your social media or anything else. But basically we're just going to talk about strategizing. So there's kind of three methods. There's one which is the just wing it approach, which I have to say I've done that one a lot, which is just kind of like put something up for sale, put a video up, like you just, a lot of doingness, a lot of action, okay? And then there's the other end of the spectrum, which is doing a lot of organization, like just tons of administration and organization, and you just have like a plan written out to the T, but not a lot of doingness. So neither of those extremes are very good. You don't want to have all planning and you don't want to have all doingness. You need something in between where you're planning, then doing, then planning, then doing, planning, then doing. Organizing, doing, organizing, doing. You need to have that proper mixture. Otherwise, you'll either get nothing done or you'll get too overwhelmed with doing too much, pretty much, and being disorganized and, I usually end up in that band where I've done so much and then I'm like, oh no, I need to organize. I'm so like, did I ship that package? I can't even remember. And who else do I need to ship to? And did I put that painting up on Etsy? And I put a painting up on Etsy. Now where did I put the painting? That's definitely me more times than not. So I'm working on getting better at that myself. But anyways, so we're going to go over some techniques for actually strategizing and staying organized. One is to plan a bit ahead. So we know right now, of course, depending on when you're watching this video, but right now it's March. So what do we have coming up? Next month is Easter. We then have Mother's Day, we've got Father's Day, we've got 4th of July, and that pretty much brings us to fall. So even if you just plan, say, through the next few months, you need to kind of think with things like that. You should be thinking with any major events that are happening, like in February in the US, we have a huge football game, that happens. Then there's like the World Cup that happens. There's Olympics. There's different events that are either local or national or international. You know what I mean? So you should have kind of a yearly list of all of these things and try to plan maybe like 3 months at a time. So for YouTube, you might want to do videos that relate to all of those. For art sales, I would definitely say Mother's Day is a really good, Easter's not such a good sale day necessarily, but certain ones like Mother's Day is excellent. And you could do some paintings that you think would be great for Father's Day. Then there's Christmas is of course great. There's Valentine's Day is excellent. You might want to do some Valentine's Day themed paintings. You know what I mean? But actually plan that out in advance so you're not then scrambling trying to get things done in the few weeks before that holiday. Especially since you need to make sure you have your proper cure times for your paint and resin and all that stuff. You don't want to be shipping things before they're really cured and then they can get damaged in shipping, and then where are you at? You know what I mean? And so that applies to really anything that you're selling, is plan those holidays in advance. Okay, that's step one. Step two is great. So say you're putting up paintings on your Etsy, or you're coming out with some new products or anything like that, or even coming up with a new YouTube video that's a more important one maybe. What are some things that you can do to promote that? And you should have that strategized ahead of time. So here are some examples. You might want to do a Facebook post about it. You probably want to do an Instagram post about it. If you have a blog on your website, I recommend doing a blog post about it. Then there are newsletters as well. So let's say you have a big Etsy sale coming up. I would do all of those and send out a newsletter to your list. Which brings up point number 3, build up a newsletter list. This is something I'm always working on, and it does take work. And if there's someone that can help you with it, unless you absolutely just love to do this work, get someone to help you with it. That's what I'm working on doing. But don't rely on any one particular social media source. The only thing that's pretty guaranteed is an email list because it's not going to shut down for the day, unless the whole internet shuts down, and then, well, oh well, but it's a longer term building relationship kind of thing. And you can definitely utilize that to promote a new product or a sale or something like that. So we have the holidays and like important dates. And then we have how are you going to let people know about it and actually release things on social media and whatnot, newsletters. So then last is, I say, just persistence. Don't assume that everyone's going to see your one post about it. Social media is very finicky, and they show certain things to certain people at certain times, maybe. It's a little hard to control. If you have a lot of engagement with your followers, then it's easier to control because a lot more of them will see your posts. But otherwise, it's repetition. It's number of times over that is going to more guarantee something being seen. And that doesn't mean bug the crap out of your people and your followers and whatnot, but you may want to do more than one Facebook post, maybe more than one tweet, more than one pin. Do as much as you can and figure out ways to like reword things or use a different photo so that it's also can be a new post. That's another thing that you can do with that, but definitely repetition so that you can ensure that more people see it. Because otherwise you just do one post and then you're like, hey, why didn't everyone come buy things? And well, nobody saw the post. So those are my top 3 tips for strategizing on actually being, making those art sales, not just waiting for something to hopefully happen, but actually causing it to happen. Those are my top 3 tips. I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions whatsoever, and I will always do my best to answer them. Otherwise, good luck in selling, and I'll see you next time.